I am talking about a very serious topic in ancient wisdom, which India is now very seriously discussing about Indian knowledge system and what it can do in the heritage as a catalyst for the green technologies. I am sure my good friend from Nigeria, where I meet her quite often in many conferences, we know each other. We talk about SDG, but anything which comes from the so-called great organizations like United Nations talks about SDG, Sustainable Development Goals. But I have written a book during the COVID time which is called Sanatana Dharma Goals. That's also SDG. That is where I mixed the ancient wisdom. And that which happens in the green technology, in the future solutions. What is future? People speak about the 21st century education. Century is 100 years. And I don't think somebody has to speak about education for 100 years. It is stupid. We have to talk about education which is going to happen probably in the next 5 years. SDG which came in 2015, people are still giving lectures. 2030 it is going to be over. Next 5 years, nothing happened on ground. New education policy, nothing happened on ground. So it's not what is blah blah blah, it is what is that which can make things happen. So it is not 21st century, we are talking about third decade of 21st century. At least 5 years what can be done. So defining that, probably you don't see anywhere else third decade of 21st century. Look at DrTPS. You have more information required, you can see a lot of videos on this. All my books are also written based on third decade of 21st century. Indian heritage has got so many things to give in the ecological balance of this world, because I wrote a book on, in a conference in Goa, my paper was on Panchabhuta, that means 5 elemented education, in which Vayu, Jala, Agni, Prithvi, Akash. How you club this into the ancient texts, how it has happened, how it can be taken into the today's practical applications. So energy efficient design like Vastu Shastra, which conserves the energy in the house. It's a very good example to look at, because we are talking about ancient wisdom, how it is going to be that. So you can see today a lot of such principles are being taken into today's life. Isha vasyamidam sarvam yatkimja jagatyam jagat yena takthena punchita ma kasyat. Everybody knows this. So what happens into this world, how people have to be consider this in today's world, today's generation, how the traditional knowledge with a sustainable link can be used into this world. How do we make sure the zero waste? That's what just now my sister from Nigeria was talking. How do you make this circular economy? We had a great movement called the Khadi movement, which is a India made, inputs are from here, lives longer, climate sustainable with the climate, biodegradable, it's a hand woven, gives job to many people. So I guess how in academics it is valid. Am I talking to business people or academicians? I am talking academicians. The practical college projects have to be towards this, so that the composting initiatives, biodegradable initiatives can be done. Bhagavad Gita, you can see a lot of lectures of me teaching, not lectures, the real class. So Bhagavad Gita, the 3rd chapter, 14th sloka, Annat Bhavadi Budani Parjanyat Anna Sambhavaha. That sloka you can look at it. Yatnat bhavati parjanyo yatnaha karma samudbhavaha. It's all part of the yatna karma which we do. It's all done with the food what we eat is also yatna karma. So we have that concept of consuming something which is not mine, which is the universe, which belongs to everyone. We are independent. The interdependence of people with nature, people with other Buddha. Therefore, the Yatna Sankalpa becomes very strong. Ayurveda is a sustainable health care. I am from Kerala, basically from Kerala. The herbal medicines. And I am sure Andhra we have got Nagarjuna. Sakshat Anubhava Irdrushto Nasruto Naguru Darshita Lokanam Upakaraya Etat Sarvam Pradarshitam. Nagarjuna defines science itself is Lokanam Upakaraya. Hida Hidaja Budhetbhya Phalapushtadi Samyuda Aushadhinam Prayogeda Swastham Arogyame. The definition of Arogyam is with the plant and herbs. Medicines. How energy can be conserved. I am sure you should have a college herbal garden. Local medicinal plants can be kept there. And that becomes an educative process for your commitment towards.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
We have said that students will be growing the organic things in the
Wonderful.
Layola college.
Wonderful. I have seen thousands of colleges, unfortunately, from Hyderabad. I have gone to Guntur, Vidnan University. I was part of KL University, but I have never come to your college. So I don't know what's there. So nice to know that you have such things around your college.
Yes, we have the culture and we even sail to the outers also.
Wonderful, wonderful. Love to see that sometime if there is a chance.
Yes, most welcome, sir. We are invited to.
We have a great temple science and eco-engineering as part of the Indian tradition, the wisdom, and where the energy efficient design is part of it. I am a Tandri from the tradition where Agama Shastra I learned. The practical project of mapping ancient water bodies. You can see every temple has got a water body around it. The step well concept which we have. All these. Ya Samudra Tat Tushta Andarikshe Ya Apam Nabhisaha Jagadasthas Vamsam Sa No Bhumi Ardadu Varchas Swayam. The whole blissfulness, the variety and the strength of the earth and that holds water and the ocean is what is supported here for the sustainable development. So a sustainable food and agriculture. I am so glad that your college has got this. The Krishi. Rishi is a Krishi, the organic farming. The Panchajanya, the Panchagavya which we generate from that. All the 5 elements put together to the Panchagavya which is becoming part of. That itself is a beautiful system in which we can make the plants to grow much better. The storage techniques, the bamboo generation which we have, neem leaves, natural preservations. So you can have a practical project where, or maybe educate the millet promotion campaigns which is happening in India. Millet is something which can be cultivated with less water. The sustainable agriculture, natural farming, which is talked in Rigveda itself. Kevalagho bhavadi kevaladihi ka sahasri namute yeshamena annam bahudhya kagato vrinite ya idam vidvamsa samihahu. Vrikshayurvedam, which talks about the direction which the plant has to be budded, the distance between 2 plants, how it has to go. Even the plants understand the directions. Vrikshayurveda is a great methodology, learning and organic farming and committing yourself for a better life for tomorrow. Ancient textiles and sustainable fashion. I told you about khadi, the natural dyes which can be used, the turmeric based fabric dyeing which was part of the Indian system. We have got a great Sri Narayana Guru who propagated yellow dress because he wanted turmeric to be used for coloring. The traditional energy solutions and future technologies. The Surya, my earlier speaker was talking about the sun energy. It's a beautiful system which we are getting back to the system. Indian knowledge system, lot of projects, government of India is supporting it. Could have a great discussion, learning on the Indian knowledge system, and you can have an innovation hub where the earlier knowledge system collaborating with the local artisans, farmers, scientists, understand the technology, understand the Indian heritage, your children can be drawn towards that sort of a lab exploring the green technology rooted in the Indian heritage. The skill-based workshops for students, local community, Ayurvedic cooking, herbal remedies, eco-friendly construction technique, mud houses, bamboo houses, at least for namesake. I am not talking about the great malls doing that, but solar dryers, composting, all these can be demonstrated so that some people may take that and then get back to the life. Even at least a resort can be of that style. The ancient.
Sorry to interrupt you, sir.
Yeah.
All our hostels are being with the solar panels, sir.
Wonderful. We have got in Kerala, one of the airport in Cochin is fully driven by solar system. So I am glad that your hostel is doing that. The massive scale it can be done. Wonderful. Thank you so much for that update. The lost water, we lost all the water bodies. We have to revive. Vapi Kupa Tadakani Devatana Jananicha Anna Pradana Mudyanam Purta Mitya Vidiyade. There are two types of Sanatana karma is Ishtapurta, Ishtakarma and Purta karma. Ishtakarma is what you do in the temples for your favor and for your benefit. But what you do for the environment is called Purta karma. So Bharatiya Shastram had lot of Purta karma, in which Anna Pradana Mudyanam. You have to cultivate plants that gives annam, food for, not for human being. Every animal, every beast, every kida and every krimi in this world. So that is what is Bhudayatna. Bhudayatna is part of the Panchamahayatna for the Bharatiya Sankalpa. The temple science and water conservations. Ya samudra dwa tishta tishta andaricha ya abam nabhi na jagadasthi vamsa sa no bhumidhar buddhu varcho swayam. The earth that holds water, I told you already, which needs to be sustained by the great harvesting methodology which we have. The IKS driven entrepreneurship and startups, I think we have to make a lot of collaborative activity between centers. Management principle have to be learned from the technology principle, the skill has to be put into, so that you have got these two things, but with the attitude is to be set for the generation who are all looking for going abroad and settling. We need to have those resources from those who people have gone, your alumni. They need to support the system in India so that India can grow much bigger and faster. The research collaboration with the ancient technologies and the modern applications can be one of the initiative which can be part of this. 18th sloka, 18th chapter, 22nd sloka. The Sarva Bhudeshu, all the activities what is happening in this world for everybody's benefit. With Avibhaktam Vibhakteshu Tatnanam Vidhi Satvikam. What is Satvikam? What is good for people? What can be made you to reach into the moksha? Ishtade Labade Surgam Purte Moksham. How do you make good of your life? Helping others is what is being told. India's responsibility not only for our nation but the global activity around. So I'm glad that my sister from Nigeria was talking about the initiative of India in this activity. The India's responsibility for the global green movement is great. The action for students we have to be the pioneers in this world. So we adopt eco-friendly technologies, implement the practical projects, look at the traditional knowledge and learn much better. This is the message which I have to tell you. Thank you so much for hosting me here. If you have got some questions, I will be the gladdest person to have some discussions around it. Thank you so much. Or if you have time, probably you can look at DrTPS on internet, see what I speak on. There are more than 8,000 videos, and contact me on 950 95020 95020. Look at my website, DrTPS Shiksha is my website. So I'll be glad to have some discussions on this. Chat is turned off, so I am not able to type in any details. It's okay. Thank you so much.
Madhavi madam, you are not audible, madam.
Sir, now may I request all our participants to take the initiation to ask the doubts, and sir has shared in truly very tremendous knowledge related to traditional things and everything. So if participants, if anyone have any queries or need to be discussed with the sir, please go ahead.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Yeah, namaskar.
Sir, it wasn't so thought-provoking that we actually our students. I'm from the Kashmir region, so our students they have the innovators. Like one of our students, she used these non-plastic bottles and for the farming. So we have to, by your lecture, I think that we have to be as a teacher, we have the responsibility to inculcate in our future, because they are our future. We have to inculcate them that how we can sustain, because we have to preserve our environment.
True.
So we are after it. Like our saint here, our saint is 300 years ago. He has said, it's a Kashmiri saying, "Anposhiteli Elbanposh." That means that you can only survive, you can have your food only when you have your forest. So we have to preserve them. We should utilize these green technology innovations to protect our environment. Thank you, sir, for your. I will see your these videos. I will contact you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that.
Sir, would you like to give any suggestions related to the government policies? How can initiation taken from the side of government, like making it a mandatory, or yes, for the solar thing they are giving the subsidy and everything. In spite, it should be a mandatory process for every individual being the citizen of India, or to maintain the sustainable everything. So what are your opinion or the suggestion would you like to give to the make up the government policies to mandate it, sir?
See, Dr. Madhavi, there is nothing which is a simple straightaway solution. India have a variety in its geographical locations. Hydropower is the easiest one, but we have problems in Arunachal Pradesh because Brahmaputra river, I keep traveling to all those places. It just floods away and no program works. And locations are too sparse, it is not a dense population. So solar has given full subsidy there, not even full subsidy, 200% subsidy. But the whole India government cannot do it because in a centralized, highly populated area, distribution of electricity becomes much cheaper than giving a solar substitute. Got it? So India doesn't have got a single program for the whole world, whole extent of the country. Look at locally, have got a tie-up with the government and then see the state government what is sustainable in that area, including the education is a education which is a state portfolio because it has to be locally sustainable. Got it? So there is no single solution for this problem. Based on there are places where are no rains available, you cannot have a no water supply in the form where the flood happens, right? We have a place where drought happens, we have a place where flood happens, we have got a place where it is totally warm sometime, it is totally no sunlight, and it's mostly shadow places are also there. So one way you are saying you should have greenery, and then you cannot have a house on top of which you can have a solar panel. Got it? So in most of I am from a village from Kerala. I cannot have solar power because all around is a huge trees. I cannot cut my trees for a solar power. And my house is so small, I cannot have got a big solar panel to power me. And electricity is available for very, very minimum cost. And I don't require large number of apparatus like air condition, etc. Therefore, my electricity consumption is only maybe less than 100 rupees per month. Why should I spend 50,000 rupees? In Gulf country itself, solar panel maintenance is a big job because one sand wind is good enough to cover all the solar panel and nothing will work there. See, cleaning solar panel is a big job.
Yes, sir.
You understood? So,
Yes, sir.
and now we come to instead of petrol and diesel, can we have batteries, all cars running by batteries? We are only just introduced battery in the few years. We don't know what is going to happen, what are the chemicals which are going to become hazardous, and what are the chemicals, compounds used for generating that battery. Mining those becomes a hazard for tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Understood? So I don't know if you can see two movies. If you have not seen, you must watch that. You must not watch, you must study those two movies. One is Seaspiracy and another one is Cowspiracy. You can look at DrTPS Cowspiracy, DrTPS Seaspiracy. When you talk about environment, the United Nations itself is fooling people around. Because the sea is one which is most polluted. You can see when you stand beside the sea, the smell which comes is totally a dead body smell.
Yes, sir.
You understood? And what is that? What the fishing becomes a big business, and what is being thrown in the sea is a huge waste. And Cowspiracy talks about even Amazon forest is being converted into oil palm trees. So what will happen to the world? Today, just now I heard Myanmar has got a great earthquake. The huge buildings are being demolished. All those area around that is having a hazardous problem. I was in the strategic activity. I am from the space department, looking at what happens on the earth for 20 years with the Prime Minister's office also. So we have seen how the earth resources are underutilized some places, more utilized. We don't have a equal system which can be planned all throughout the world. Where construction becomes a very heavy activity, but some places, yes, you can have it, but not the same rule all throughout. Got it? So it's a very dynamic system which have to be understood locally.
Exactly.
And then we have to have that sense of the educational institutions. My aim is not, I am not part of government now. My aim is not educating government, my aim is educate people so that they become self-sustainable at the local level. Sahana vavatu, sahanau bhunaktu, sahaviryam karavavahai, tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidyushavahai. Let us live together, learn together, stay together, eat together, study together. That is what is more.
Live and let live.
Live it together.
Yes,
that's
sir.
more important. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Live and let live.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Really, it was amazing, sir. And definitely, we are going through your website and everything, the posts which you said, and really, we are very thankful, having you on to the stage of fourth day of session. Yes, sir. Really, we are very thankful. Definitely, we'll look up to your websites and everything. Thank you for sharing all your knowledge, sir.
Thank you so much.
We are blessed to have you in this session, sir.
I must thank Vaishnavi for calling me here and then introducing to this audience. Thank you so much.
And coming to the Andhra Layola Institute of Engineering and Technology, sir, it is located in 100 acres actually.
I know the locations. Before I come to college, before come to the program, I look at the website because I am from space. Google Map is one which I use very thoroughly.
Yes, sir.
I've seen your
In
campus.
total Vijayawada, the temperature is at 45. Here the degree will be 5 degrees less because of the greenery which we have within the campus, as it is an oldest campus and everything.
I had senior professors from your institute, mechanical engineering, somebody who attended some programs for the world class manufacturing programs in Hyderabad along with me. And I've got some management professor. I was also an MBA professor in JNTU, one of the colleges. So one of the management professor also very close to me at some point of time. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not new to Layola College. Only thing I have not come to your college. That's it.
Okay, sir. Okay, and thank you very much, sir. And sir, Vijay Kumar, sir, our convener, HOD of the Andhra Layola Institute of Engineering and Technology. Sir, would you like me to wind up the session with a vote of thanks, sir?
Ma'am, please carry on.
Okay.
If it
Once
is
again,
over,
good evening.
if Dr. Shashi sir session is over, please wind up.
Yes, sir. Good evening and once again, everyone. As we come to the end of this today's enlightening session of green technologies and sustainable innovation, it's my privilege to extend heartfelt vote of thanks to the first and foremost. I express my gratitude towards to the Dr. Gloria and a special thanks to the Sesi Karan sir. Thank you for your insightful session actually, and where you shared a valuable knowledge and practical perspectives which need to be implemented into the reality. Your expertise and you have provided a deeper understanding of sustainable innovation and its impact to the various like water, Panchabhuta and everything, and really it was grateful, sir.